Hey everyone, welcome back to, I think, a bumper edition. And knowing what I've got to show you today, yeah, I think it's going to be a bumper edition. Got a couple of hellos to do quickly. First of all, I've got some trivia for you. I've got a ton of stuff to show you. I've got a couple of stories. Yeah, and just generally, yeah, a lot to show you today. I shall make it as quick as possible. First of all, I do play an online game, and I would, yeah, I said I'd say hello to them all. So, Cody, Willy Wonka and all that, Rukawa and your girl and everybody else. Hello, yes, it is me. I have had 88 amputations, and why am I still alive, Willy? Well, because I'm a stubborn git. And that's all I'm saying on that. So I've said my hellos. It's a model railway channel, and let's get on with some model railways, eh? So, yeah. I would just want to quickly talk about Getz. I wasn't there. I didn't go there, which is a shame because I really wanted to meet somebody. He knows who that is, right, Anthony? I just wanted to go up to him and just tap him on the shoulder and just say, hey, aren't you that American guy from YouTube? I'd have loved to have done that. I said that to Lord Al. And talking of Lord Al's took a bit of a nosedive. He has, and I shall come on to that as well shortly. So first of all, I just want to show you the big ship. And kind of, I had this on the printer, and a lot of these sections took 25 hours, 30 hours. And I was messaging Lord Al. I want to do something for Anthony. I said to Lord Al, I don't know what to do. It was like buying for my grandpa. And, you never knew what to get the guy, because he has pretty much everything that he wants, so it was really hard to do. But I wanted him, instead of just like, oh, here's a loco I brought you and job done, I wanted to make something that was personal from me to him, to Anthony Dodge, not to my grandfather. But so we're messaging each other, and we came up with a plan. Lord Al says to me, he says, because I was obviously showing him videos of this being printed, he says, hey, how's Anthony going to fit that in his suitcase? And I'll show you why in a second, because this flipping thing is massive, huge. There's a lot of work to do. It's not fully put together. And when Anthony was doing his live stream, Lord Al says, are you watching? So I come out of the live stream, replied to him, said, yeah, I'm watching now. Goes back into the live stream, flipping 30-second video. It's just like, oh my God. Now Alan texts me, I'm just going to go and get it. Yeah, okay, Al. Back into the video, another 30-second advert. And it went on like 4 or 5 times, replying to Lord Al, via Messenger, and then trying to watch Anthony's live stream. And he's just like, just say yes, Mark. And to say, yes, I'm here, for God's sakes. Because he was quite busy, but it was a good live stream. It was very, very funny. And I hope you like it, Anthony. I really do. Anyways, right, big shit. Stop waffling, crack on. So I'll put a truck on just to show you the scale of this thing. It's 25 centimeters wide. And you'll have to excuse the clicking of a wheelchair. And I haven't fully put this all together. As you see down the back, I've already filled it and sanded it, and then we sort of come a bit further, and I've started to fill it. But I haven't, as you can see here, obviously, it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's still going. It's still going. There we go. So I'm just going to show you the sheer scale of this. That platform is exactly 6 foot long. and this is longer than the platform, just by about 20 centimeters, but yeah. But I've got, I think, roughly about 33 foot to play with long ways. So 33 by, I think, around about 18 foot by 33 and 18 foot. And I am going to have it on a bi-level layout, so on 2 levels. But just, yeah. Yes, just... there's a lot of work to do. Right, before I disappear from this ship, because I do have a lot to show you, and I'm sorry if I flick around, but it's just, I'm trying to remember everything, because just so much stuff. I've got these obviously not glued in place or anything, and like I said, I've still got a lot of filling to do, sanding and and all that. I've got the reason I've left it apart because I don't know whether I'm going to put I'm not sure if I can, you can just see there, I'm not sure if I'm going to put, how many vehicles I'm going to put actually inside. And obviously I've got to paint the deck as well and everything else. Right, there's actually 2 decks, so yeah. I'm not. I just don't know how I'm going to, how many vehicles are going to go in here and everything else. I've got some benches, and obviously they will go. A lot will go here down the back end. Like I say, this back end's pretty much ready to be painted up. I should have used white PLA really. It would have been a lot easier. Because I'm going to use obviously white primer, and I'll probably leave it as a white primer and then just pick out details that need to be painted. But as I said, it's not glued together. I just wanted to show you that it's all a little bit hickledy-pickledy, shall we say, just because, and I've still got I've still got supports on. I've got to glue that front end, so it's up. It is absolutely massive. It's literally 6 foot long, but I've got the room when I move, so it's not a big deal. That's all I've got to say on that. Let me just pause you. I did a little short. I'll come on to the short in a second, actually. I just want to show you these benches because I will put the link in the description because I'm trying to sell my tap. I'm not allowed to spend any more money on this hobby at the moment. Orders from the wife. The only thing, she said, if you make some money, she said, then you can spend that. But any other money is all going to the house at the moment. So literally only money I get for this hobby now is from what I sell. And I don't, them wagons I'm selling for £4.30, which includes postage. So, take a couple of quid off of postage, the PLA and the electric. There's like 50p left, there's not a lot. So, but hey, if I sell 20 wagons, I'm going to make a tenner on 20 wagons, which doesn't seem a lot, but it gets me 4 or 5 pots of paint and allows me to progress, because at the moment, and you'll see why in a minute, paint is killing me. It's costing me an absolute fortune because I've produced so much stuff. It's just, it's taking a toll, and like I say, I'm not allowed to spend any more money, personal money or any other money. It's all got to go to the house. So, which is progressing, so that's good. Right. So these benches, as I said, you got 2 different types. You got, just get the shadow out. You got the smooth type, and then you got sort of a wooden effect type. Like I said, I will put the link in the comments. I'll pin it, and if you want to help an old disabled guy out, buy some. Because like I say, I don't make a lot of money on it, but it's something. Just some other little bits that I'm doing. I've just got here a what do you call it? Hangman kind of, not guillotine, but where It's for the Wild West scene, for the movie scene when I can't come around to it. So I'm still doing bits and bobs. Let me just pause you 1 second. So I thought, obviously, print's going like crazy. And, you know, it was a bit of a panic trying to get Anthony's stuff ready in between doing my own stuff as well. And obviously coming up with a decision with Lord Owl what we was going to make him. So I printed out a bus. I thought, oh, great, this looks fantastic. So I started painting it. It's a Mercedes. And I was like, hang on a minute. That's why I did that short. Seen a mistake? It's a flipping right-hand drive. And I'm modelling European HO. So I'm like, oh, damn. So you can see I started painting it and I realised the mistake. Obviously, I printed out a different. This one is a Mercedes Citaro, I think. No, Mercedes, I can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, it's a Mercedes anyway. But it's a little bit on the big side. It's just, it was the first test print, so I need to scale it down quite a lot. That was actually a little bit under scale. This one's a little bit over. That's the thing with this print, you know, it's just trying to get everything right, the heights, you know, it can be, yeah, frustrating at times getting the sizes correct. But I think I've got it now. It's actually on the printer at the moment while I'm doing this video. So yeah, we got a Mercedes, yeah, buses, and I think that will look actually, it's got the interior coming and everything. I've not taken the supports off because I've absolutely ripped my hands apart, and I'll tell you what on shortly as well. So don't disappear. While I'm down here, I might as well do all the little bits and pieces. Right. Let me just move that stuff out of the way. These will be going on eBay very soon. I was umming and ahhing about whether the flat bottom and this, and you lot are no help whatsoever because it was kind of 50-50 down the line. It's like some were saying flat bear, you know, the flat bottom type. Some were saying this type. I've gone with this type because if I can't do it, then I'm not selling it basically. And I was struggling to get the bolts into, believe it or not, into the flat bottom. And when I did, and I put it on, it just didn't look right. It didn't look right at all. So I've gone with the guardrail type wagon at the bottom. The only thing I would say, it'll look really smart, really, really good, is when you come to put the bolts in, I'd put the bolts, the M4 bolts through the, excuse me, through the bogies up through to the chassis. I'd do them first and then put the body on, because obviously this is a lot higher than the other type. So trying to get a nut onto the top was a bit difficult, but lucky I didn't glue the body on, so I can, you know, do the chassis and get to the, you know, to the bogie and the chassis together. So it's pretty good. The only thing I've got to put on is the, you can see the holes there for the buffers, but obviously I've got to drill them out. I'm going to make 6 of these for myself, just to begin with. You have to excuse the mess and everything else, but all these bits of you know, PLA, that basically when you start a print, it does that. It goes through, you know, it loads the filament. Even though it's loaded, it just like squirts out a little chunk at the beginning of every print. So instead of wasting them, I'm just going to chuck them all in this wagon, just pour a bit of glue in and paint it up, and this would be basically scrap wagons. So yeah, I don't want to waste any plastic at all, you know, if it's possible. I mean, these two, you know, nothing really I could do about that, because obviously I'll go through the process of sizing. But, you know, if I can, excuse me, eliminate as much waste as possible, basically. But yeah, I'll make 6 of these for myself, and then I'm going to put them on eBay. So I don't have a link just yet, but I'm going to sell them in sets of 3, just because of the whole postage thing, because they're a lot taller than to the other ones. So yeah, gonna sell them in sets of 3. I haven't thought, well, I'm really trying to keep the prices, you know, as reasonable as possible. You know, I'm not a rip-off merchant or anything like that. It's yeah, if I make my 50p, I'm quite happy. Just need to sell lots and lots. Right, next thing. And we're coming on to the really good stuff in a second. Right, so again, for the movie scene, the reason why I'm calling this the Frying Scotsman as opposed to the Flying Scotsman, because obviously the Flying Scotsman was a real life locomotive, but obviously with the flamethrowers on the top, this is the second one. This one will have 6 on, and obviously the machine guns outside as well. Got the chassis for it and everything else, but I'm going to give this a run in a minute. Well, I say a run, obviously it's not got a motor inside, but all the wheels are on there and everything else. So yeah, it's going to go with the apocalypse movie scene. I think I'm done. I'm just adding little bits to that movie scene, even though I can't do it because I've got no bloody space in here, and a bit of a shame really. So yeah, I've got to just fit the turrets and the machine guns and put it on the chassis and paint it up and everything. And yeah, but I'll get that little one running backwards and forwards in a second. The same with this one here. Right, you're gonna love this. Lord Owl, he took a nosedive. Let me tell you why. I'm absolutely over the moon how this has turned out. It's more or less all painted. I've got a few sailors. I've got them already. I've even painted them up because they came unpainted. So I've got some sailors to go on there. I've got the mast to go on there. It's all printed out, but yeah, it's all pretty much painted. It's not. Let me, if I can just wiggle it a little bit, you'll see there. I haven't joined it because obviously trying to pack it shortly. It's let me just straighten that up. Yeah, so yeah, just trying to obviously, you know, when I come around to packing it and everything else. So how did Lord Owl take a nosedive? Much to my annoyance, I put it in front of the Bamboo Lab, which has got a back and forth build plate, and I just popped this in front of the build plate for like literally a second while I picked up something I dropped. And it went smack on the floor, and that whole front end was lifted up. You can kind of see it all there. I've got a little bit of filling to do and re-sand it down, but yeah. Nosedive right on the floor. And first of all, I thought, oh, it's actually all right. And then I saw the front end was open like a tin, you know. So there you go. It happens, but it does try your patience after a while. Got the gun barrel to go on the front there. Anybody recognise the gun barrel? Yeah, basically it's a buffer, and I've stretched it size-wise and turned it into a gun barrel, which just fit just nicely on the front of there. I've not glued it on because these things, they just will break, just like I haven't put the antennas on because they're just going to break. But it's all ready to go, and everything else looks really smart. Like I said, a few little bits and pieces. Might get a little chopper at the back there, I don't know yet. But, you know, it's all about how far you want to take this stuff, you know? How far you want to sort of do it and everything. So I'm just going to move this out of the way. Be back in a sec. So I do apologise for this video. It's I wanted to present it a little bit better, but I just literally I don't have the room. I'm surrounded by boxes at the moment. So anyways. Right, I'm just trying to think. And you're not going to see it because of the blinking shadow. God damn. Yeah, got ourselves a little bridge here. Little railway bridge. just, yeah, it looks all right. Just bear with me 1 second. So we got here a medium-sized bridge. You know, I could do this all flipping day. I'm not going to. And this is the culprit that ripped my hands apart. Because of the supports that was on here between every single girder, truss and everything else. Just literally, if you saw the short of, can you guess what it is or will be? Yeah, just you could hardly even see the bridge because of all the supports. But yeah, it's a fine looking bridge, really is. I just started doing a little bit of weathering just on the pillar there, which you can't see because of the shadow. And I've done a little bit of weathering onto the, painted up all the girders and everything else. My question is, it's very loosely based on a bridge. So and I'll give you a little clue. So if there's any Italians around during the war watching this video, you might know where this bridge is taken from. But I'm going to use it as a railway bridge because it was actually a road bridge, but I turned it into a railway bridge. You want to see a bit more? There you go. Ah, dear. I might have gone a little bit long on it. But I was like, why not? Let's have a big bridge. Excuse me, I'm getting a really hoarse throat. So I'm glad of one thing. I've got a double decker inside there. And obviously once I get the tracks and everything, I don't know if I can I? Yeah, you see there, just coming from the top girders, you got these ones that come down to the side, and I was a little bit worried that, the double decker or the coaches would basically collide with them, but it fits perfect, thank God. So yeah, I roughly knew the sizes and everything else. This piece here, you can see the gap there, and the piece down the end is just because that's a little bit higher. So I've not glued it together because I need to pack it, because like I say, it's absolutely huge. Massive, and on. Just, yeah, oh my gosh, look at the size of it. It's just absolutely huge. But hey-oh, it was good fun. I really enjoyed making this, and yeah, not too much to say. I'm not going to say where it's from, but if you recognize this bridge, it's got 3 pillars that'll go into the water, and obviously 2 sort of for the embankments. But if you know where this bridge is from or loosely based on, stick it in the comments. Right, I'm just going to move this out of the way because I got another bridge to show you. Here we go. So behind it will be that bridge that I've just showed you, the railway bridge, or it will be a railway bridge. And this will be my road bridge in the foreground, which is also not as big as the other one, but it's quite sizable. But I'm going to have the river, so it's going to come from like the back down to the front. It's just obviously pre-planning, what I've got in mind. And some of you are going to say, wow, it looks a bit pink, Mark. No, it's actually, again, I've just done one piece at the moment. I've still got, that's why that one's a bit skew-iffed and still got the supports on the bottom. Yeah, can't see it at the moment, but yeah, it's still got the supports there. But I just wanted to, and I've looked at pictures of this bridge. This bridge is in Berlin. Do you know the name of this bridge? Have you been across this bridge? It's still standing. It was it was built in 1891 and named after a famous field marshal. I did ask Anthony if he'd crossed this bridge, but it's made of red sandstone, and it's got a really good likeness. I've still got a bit more weathering to do. I can't find my black powder, so just I don't know where anything is anymore, to be honest. So I'm just yeah, I made a start on it anyway, just to give you what it will probably look like. And here will be a path, and on that end one will be a pathway, and then you got the three arches for the actual river. So these will kind of be on land, and yeah, a nice big wide path going through there. And I think it will look quite smart, actually. Like I say, this with a few vehicles on, I might even put a bus on there, because it's a new concept, putting a bus on a bridge. Never seen that before. Yeah, and yeah, and then the train's running obviously roughly where that sort of signal box is. Sort of that kind of distance is what I'm talking about. Will be the other bridge, and obviously trains zipping backwards and forwards through there. So yeah, I've got a bit, not overscale, but on the large side of things, because I do have the room to play with, and like I said, it will be on a 2-level bi-level. And I know some of you go, "Why are you going to go bi-level for?" Well, just so pretty much I can have all my trains stored on the lower level, with some sceneries. But basically the port and port, fairground, all the warehousing, town and all that stuff will be on the top level, and then underneath I'll have the movie scenes, and the army camp will be on the lower level, and then just some sceneries, and I'll see a lot of storage yards. So yeah, that's basically it. So I'm actually coming to the end of it. I've got one more big project that I want to do, but I'm not going to tell you what it is, because I never do. So I'll be giving the game away. I'm sure you'll see the shorts. So yeah, if you could name this bridge, it's in Berlin. One last thing to show you, folks. There we go. Just to show you that it's on track. I haven't got any couplings in there at the moment, but yeah, on track, works just fine. Easy to put together. Like I said, just got the bumpers to do. You can see all my ballast wagons are like a sweatshop. Made 10 of them for myself, and yeah, filled them with a couple of spoonfuls of terrain sand, and all I got to do is weather them basically, and they're good to go. And obviously I've got part of my apocalypse train there, but I'm going to go and do the other one. So I think that is really it. I really have rushed through it and stuff, and like I say, I do apologise for the crudeness, and yeah, it's just not a lot of room in here to move now. Like I say, I've got one more big project to do, and that's it really. But I really wanted to show you, all the stuff. As I said, I will put the benches in the link in the description. And if you put in YouTube, message the seller and put YouTube, I'll chuck a few extras in. Yeah, but just make sure you put when you buy it, or if you buy it, or you want to buy it, or whatever. I mean, don't buy it just for the sake of buying it, but if you want to buy it, they do look smart, them benches, and really nicely scaled. And if you do, just put YouTube, message the seller, and I'll put a few extras in. So yeah, little sort of sweetener, as they say. But apart from that, I think that really is it for today. Like I said, I apologise for the crudeness of the video. I just really haven't got the room, and I'm not going to show you the wounds on my hand, because I've got quite a few, and I'll probably get banned from YouTube and stuff, because I did take a big hit with that bridge, putting them supports off a cut my hands quite badly. So there you go. You can stick some pity down into the comment box, your small violin and everything else. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the day, and I'll see you literally when I see you, when I've got time. Look after yourselves. Bye now. See you soon.